What's up everyone? My name is Abby. I like to read, and today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I plan to read in the month of April. So we are already 4 days into April. The time has already flown by completely from the end of March to the beginning of April. But I have 8 books on my list. I've already completed one, and I'm currently reading maybe 2 or 3 of the books. So the book that I've already finished this month is A Crown of the Gods by S.M. Gaither. This is the 4th book in the Shadows and Crowns series. I read like all of the 1 through 3 last month, and majority of this book I did read in March, but I ended up finishing in April, so that is why I had kind of put it on my April TBR. If you want to hear my thoughts on that book, you will have to wait until my April wrap up. The next 3 books are books that I am bringing over from my March TBR because I did not finish them because I was too busy reading other books that were not on my TBR. But the first one is Visions of Flesh and Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout with Raven Salvador. That name trips me up every time, and I don't know why. Raven. Yeah, it's just Raven spelled a little bit differently. I said this before, I think in my March TBR, this is a compendium, so it is, I don't want to say textbook-like because that makes it seem boring, but it is a very, like, textbook setup where it is, like, factual information about the characters, about the plot, about the setting of the book. And my cat always chooses the time that I'm filming to shit in his litter box, which is right next to the camera. So that's great. So since it is not like your typical story book, it is taking me a little bit longer to get through. I'm just kind of reading it little bit by little bit here and there. The next book that I did not get to from my March TBR is Torn by Jennifer Armentrout. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even start this book. This was the book from my TBR jar from March, so that was a failure, but I'm hoping to get to it in April. And the final book that I did not get to last month is What Lies Behind the Veil by Harper L. Woods. This is the first book in the Of Flesh and Bone series. It's taking me a bit to get into. I think I'm maybe like 40% of the way through, and it's a bit of a slow start. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm hoping to finish it, and if I end up liking it better, then I hope to continue on with the series eventually. The next book on my April TBR is The Queen of the Dawn by S.M. Gaither. This is the 5th and final book in the Shadows and Crowns series. I am currently listening to this one on Audible. I'm pretty much just at the beginning, but I am excited to finish out this series. The next book I am very excited about. It is The Thief by Danica Dark. This is the 4th book in the Arrowhead series, which is in her whole Magiverse series. Like overall, like they're all connected. This book is coming out April 9th, and I'm going to listen to it on Audible. I listen to all of her books. Nicole Poole does a narration, and she is so good. Probably one of my favorite narrators on Audible. And yeah, I'm gonna listen to that once it comes out on April 9th. The next book I am so excited about. It is going to be a reread of Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have been meaning to reread this series. I believe I read this book in 2013, so it's been over 10 years since I read it, and which is so crazy to think about. Like, man, I've had this book for like over 10 years. That is wild. I don't know, maybe that's not wild, but it seems wild to me. But I'm really excited to reread and tab these books. I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that was like, maybe I shouldn't tab and underline this book, because with the covers changing, especially this cover, the whole like Barbie Selena cover, it's very sought after, and I just bought it from the bookstore 10 years ago. But I've decided that I'm gonna, because this is a special series to me, I'm not gonna sell it. So there's no point in me not like annotating it just because, oh, one day I might sell it. I don't want to sell it. It's my favorite series. So I'm going to go ahead and tab and underline my favorite lines. I did that with Assassin's Blade maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and then I just didn't have time to continue on and finish rereading the series and tabbing. So I'm doing that now, and I am so excited to get back into this world. The last book on my list is going to be chosen from the TBR jar. So the book that I'm going to read is A Discovery of Witches. So I bought A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness fairly recently. It was one of those times where I went to a bookstore and I couldn't leave without a book, so I picked this book up. I believe it's also a show, so that's exciting. So hopefully I will like this book and I will want to watch the show. So those are the books that I plan to read in the month of April. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you are going to be reading in April. Subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. So the book that I already have... Oh, no! I am currently listening to the... Oh, no! Do you hear him? He's peeing. You hear him? You're doing so good, buddy. You're so good. Are you pooping now? He's pooping. The next book. Oh. Chester! Why do you choose now?